I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto down. We also have stocks pulling back. Remember, guys, I told you this week would be a roller coaster ride because we have futures contracts ending. It's a good thing we're pulling back now because then we know on Friday it won't be as bad. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, as we see, creeping back up now that the Fed Jerome Powell is out the way. We have the dollar flat. It's still weak. We haven't seen the dollar this week in a long time. And then we have volume and crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have PayPal stablecoin hits $1 billion. And stablecoins are like fiat. They print them out of thin air. So they can go from $1 billion to $100 billion overnight. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Fed, the repo at $353 billion yesterday. Guys, make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And now we have these big central banks are now ready to start cutting rates. But remember, the damage has already been done to this legacy market, especially in America. United States World Reserve currency has already ended. It's just the central bank is holding it up. Remember, we're just going to a level playing field in this new digital economy. And speaking on how the United States dollar, the tokenized dollar, is still going to hold its power, is that we have tokenized treasury funds past $2 billion market cap amid Blackrock explosive growth. And it's not just Blackrock tokenizing these treasuries. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. I'm going to get into that later. Now we have Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, Blackrock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. But we have Blackrock Bitcoin ETF inflows continue. And we can clearly look back and see how Grayscale set up Blackrock to be number one. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have MakerDAO has rebranded to Sky and introduces a new stablecoin. And remember, MakerDAO is very important to stablecoins and DeFi. Now we have Tokenization Pioneer Centrifuge unveils lending market with Morpho and Coinbase. And remember, Morpho is giving you better APIs in the lending pools. And guys, remember, DeFi is definitely the new banking. And speaking of DeFi, we have lastly, Aave Labs proposes integrating GHO stability module with Blackrock build. And we know if this is approved, we know this is the first step for Blackrock to take over DeFi. We see Blackrock and Bitcoin now moving over to DeFi. You can't make this stuff up. Remember, guys, Bitcoin and crypto was supposed to get rid of the banks. Now we see the banks hand in. And the fact is, because they have so much money, and remember, if you're part of running one of these projects, that's your goal. You want to be successful. A lot of these projects Developers are not conscious to the big goal. Remember, the NWO takes the greatest minds and uses them for evil. And when we look back, we see Bitcoin was probably the greatest plan that the NWO has ever set up when it comes to the financial market, because they sold people that Bitcoin was going to get rid of the banks. And now we see the banks controlling Bitcoin and crypto, and we know they've been in control from the beginning. I've done too many videos when I first started, following the money. That's what I teach you, follow the money. And we saw the big banks and big corporations funding Bitcoin and crypto. Now we see AI, the machines. It's all the same hands, the same corporations. Remember the NWO's goal, and that's to take the power away from the people. And that's the reason why they want the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse, get that free money. We've already seen this simulation done before. We know the ending, but little do the people know that money is going to be programmable, telling you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. This is biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.